One of my highest priorities as Attorney General has been to ensure that every American enjoys police protection that is lawful, that is responsive, and transparent. But as the events of recent years in Ferguson, in Baltimore, Cleveland, and many other cities have made clear, far too many Americans feel that they do not receive that kind of law enforcement. I announced that the Department of Justice, after careful review and extensive consultation with state and local officials and community leaders, was opening an investigation into whether the Chicago Police Department had engaged in a pattern or practice of violations of the Constitution or federal statutory law. And on the basis of this exhaustive review, the Department of Justice has concluded that there is reasonable cause to believe that the Chicago Police Department engages in a pattern or practice of use of excessive force in violation of the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. CPD does not give its officers the training they need to do their jobs safely, effectively, and lawfully. And it does not adequately review use of force incidents to determine whether force was appropriate or lawful, or whether the use of force could have been avoided altogether. All of these issues are compounded by poor supervision and oversight, leading to low officer morale and an erosion in officer accountability. The systems and policies that fail ordinary citizens also fail the vast majority of Chicago Police Department officers who risk their lives every day to serve and protect the people of Chicago. And those officers are proud to wear the badge, and they understand that repairing trust with the communities that they serve will require difficult and meaningful reforms. Chicago Police Department has taken a number of encouraging steps to improve oversight and to encourage community-oriented policing. But our report makes clear that there is still considerable work to be done. Chicago is grappling with a deeply troubling rise in violent crime, one that has already claimed far too many lives.
We have seen far too many people killed by gun violence in Chicago, far too many kids struck by errant bullets, and entire neighborhoods on the south and west side set apart, unfairly, disproportionately impacted by gun violence. Broken trust is a serious impediment to law enforcement. As Superintendent Johnson has noted, if folks don't trust and respect CPD, they won't work.
Quite simply, as a department, we need to do better. And you have my promise and commitment that we will do better.
Our officers know they need to earn the trust of the residents they serve and the communities they police. Ultimately, there is no us versus them. We are one Chicago with one goal. And it's my fervent hope that this report does not lead to another round of finger pointing or a more acrimonious debate of us versus them. There are questions about what the next administration will do in Washington. But we know with certainty what we will do in the city of Chicago. We will continue on the path of reform because that is the path of progress.
The failures that we identified and that we heard about from residents and officers alike have deeply eroded community trust, particularly in African American and Latino communities suffering the most from gun violence on Chicago's south and west sides. These neighborhoods are the hardest hit by CPD's pattern of unlawful force and breakdown in the city's accountability systems. CPD must undergo broad and fundamental reforms sustained through a federal consent decree and independent oversight.
Thanks to the determination and the commitment of countless public officials, police officers, advocates, and citizens, we've taken the first step towards meaningful change and a brighter future.